Welcome back to yet another night around the campfire, y'all. Obviously, Halloween is getting closer and closer, and I am so excited, especially as we head into another spooky weekend. But first, on tonight's campfire tale, I'm going to tell you about an urban legend from down in Florida. It's the kind of tale that really springs up all over, a story that's about a creepy place that folks believe might be the result of witchcraft. However, this urban legend is a little more wicked than most. On the eastern edge of Florida, just north of Jacksonville, is Amelia Island, a beautiful tourist destination that boasts exquisite beaches, luxurious golf courses, and quaint B&Bs. But the island also has a rich history. As early as the 1st century, it was settled by the Timucua, who remained there for over 15,000 years and were visited by European explorers as early as the mid-1500s. But according to generations of students at Fernandina Beach High School, Amelia Island is also home to a malevolent spirit. According to local lore, in the mid-1600s, there was a community of Europeans that had settled here in what was then Spanish territory. Who these people were, why they were here, and from where they came is all unknown, but what has been passed down through the generations is that this colony of God-fearing men and women had a problem with witchcraft. It's believed that there was a coven of witches who used their magic to gain control of the men, and as a result of this community, at night, these women hid outside of town, hidden under the cover of the mossy live oak trees. And it was there that they performed their rituals and in the moonlight, danced with demons. Then one day, a ship of pilgrims arrived on the shores of Amelia Island. But the witches wanted nothing of it, so they used their influence over the colony's men to force these strangers out. Yet one man stayed behind, clearly aware of the situation, as he had been blessed with a very unique talent. The man was a witch finder, so he immediately got to work and helped this community bring each and every one of these malicious and controlling witches to justice. And the result was a series of trials, followed by a mass hanging of the guilty. The coven had been destroyed, but little did the men and women of Amelia Island realize that they had not entirely completed their mission. There was one more member of the coven still out there, whose looks had helped deceive the witch finder. The leader who had gotten away was seemingly nothing more than a little blonde-haired girl. But it turned out that this girl was quite dangerous. Legend says the young witch had a pet demon named Wiccademus, and this demonic creature was capable of controlling the winds and rains, physically manipulating other creatures with its mind, and worst of all, turning men's hearts evil. There was no doubt that this child was a danger to the colony, and she absolutely had to be dealt with at all costs and the demon banished. But what happened next is unknown. Some say the witch finder tracked her down and she was taken to trial, found guilty and hanged for her crimes. But others believe that the witch escaped, fleeing into the woods with Wiccademus by her side. Either way, she and the demon are said to still be there on Amelia Island to this very day, buried under a stone marker near a large, ancient oak tree where she was hanged. This is the legend that's been passed down through generations of students at Fernandina Beach High School for years. After all, it was said to be built right across the street from where the wild woods were, where that witch met her fate. And it's said that for years there was a curse on these woods, that if one went in search of the old oak tree where the witch was hanged and said the magic name Wiccademus in front of it, the power of that demon would be freed. A power that's been said to include everything from loud booming sounds, sudden gusts of wind, or even immobilization, as the spirit appears before the individual who dared summon it. As for what this apparition is, some say it could appear as that little girl, but others that it's the hideous Wiccademus itself. My name is Brandon Schecksnyder, and you've been listening to Southern Gothic.